nga tulumanon, tugutan sa atong mga apo, mga anito, nga mo'y maggapos o magsumpay sa atua.
Viva Portugal! El grado de inspector general se otorga a Juan.
Ang maglalarang, ang anak sa maglalarang na si Jesucristo.
Este es un día especial. En nomine Patri, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti.
Good evening. Magellan, the film we just watched, is the Philippines' official entry to the coming Oscars. Ladies and gentlemen, Lav Diaz. Golden Globe Best Actor winner, Gael García Bernal.
Yeah, the work was, again, another privilege, because when we were doing the production for Magellan, it was only him. He's our choice.
It was interesting, the whole idea, and of course Magellan and Lav was very exciting, and the excitement was bubbling, and then my expectations were obviously surprised, surpassed all the time, because you expect something, but then it gets better and more interesting, and the whole experience of the Philippines was incredible. Yeah, it was incredible to be there, to work there, and to live throughout the rain, the constant, never-ending rain.
The last question of Robin, how is it working with Gael? It was daunting, of course. Hollywood actor, huge. It's really daunting because you don't usually do that in the Philippines. Suntok sa buwan, they call it, where, let's try Gael. And then he said yes, and it became that thing. And what he said was true. After a while, we're just family. We're just working on this vision.
Magellan is an integral part of our story as well, because it represents many of the people that left and that mixed and that did some. It was a different. Anyway, so it is very exciting, of course. And realizing whilst incarnating the character, which is perhaps the most Nirvana-esque expression of acting, whilst incarnating the character, you thought, yeah, getting on the ship made you be someone. Getting on that ship makes you indispensable, and getting on the ship meant something. So I, starting to get to know the character on that side, getting my hands dirty and mud, of the character, and talking with Lav about it, and then afterwards coming up with quite a controversial and interesting hypothesis or antithesis almost. What if Lapu-Lapu didn't exist?
Magellan is a revisionist in a major way because it debunks the existence of Lapu-Lapu. Supposedly the Filipino warrior who killed Magellan and defeated his Spanish forces. Lapu-Lapu is a hero in history books in the Philippines with statues erected in his honor. In your research, what did you find out about Lapu-Lapu and his existence?
When Miguel Lopez de Legazpi declared that the Philippines is a colony, they introduced the encomienda system. The encomienda system is the first record of everything in the country. This is on record. The guy who went to Mactan, who was assigned to Mactan, he went back to Manila and he said, Governor, the island of Mactan is uninhabitable. I found only 200 people there. This is 56 years later. If you are an investigator, you question all the things some of the things that Picafetta wrote. And there are so many things. There are former expeditions after Magellan, before Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. They didn't mention Lapu-Lapu anymore. And Humabon was gone. And there's even resistance from Cebu again. So you have to connect those things. I'm just showing this thing as a discourse with historians, especially the young historians, to do your homework. And you have to check all the records. We have to go back. We have to go back to be nearer the truth of that period.
Let's be clear, it's a hypothesis, it's not a claim, it's not a,
Discourse,
it's a hypothesis of a theory that exists, no? And and it's great to challenge the theories, you know. And cinema is a great vehicle to do that because it shows the complexities as well, and the contradictions.
Waray dato lapu-lapu. Waray ni bisan kinsang nakakita sa iya.
What drew you to this story of Magellan?
It's been a dream to go for it because it's very much a part of our culture, and I haven't seen any Magellan work that's been done by Filipino. So it's important that it should be from our voice,
Yes.
from our gaze, so to
Right.
speak. Yeah, the Malay gaze, which is the Filipino gaze.
And I was listening to the Q&A earlier. You mentioned 7 years of research.
Well, I've done a lot of reading, not really every day, but I go to Seville, I go to Lisbon, I go to Harvard, do the works, the legwork, and buy all the books about Magellan. So it's about that. Just
Wait.
reading and finding things.
Right.
Even oral history, you listen to them.
And one of the things that are striking about this movie is the notion that Lapu-Lapu may not be.
Yeah, it's a
real.
big question because there's a lot of holes, gray areas, and nobody saw him, and it's all about Pigafetta's version of the narrative. So you go to Shakespeare, there's like 12 books questioning Shakespeare's, in the Philippines, nobody questioned it. You can see this holes and nobody's questioning this.
Right.
You should go back. Yeah, we should examine it.
So
You should confront the past,
did you know that coming into it, or
It
are these
came
the questions?
naturally when I'm reading, researching, and everything. They're always, copying. All the historians, especially in the Philippines, just copying the narrative from Europe, from Pigafetta.
Accepting.
So, without
Yeah.
real research. Yeah.
Right.
So that's a problem.
And so how has this been received so far by the people
It's
who have
okay.
seen it?
They're saying it as a form of discourse. Like it's very Socratic. You talk about it. Maybe we should go back.
Right.
Some people are, angry, but at the same time, some people are very receptive about it.
And the choice of Gael to play Magellan, you mentioned that there was no one else, just
Yeah,
Gael.
we focus
Why
on
is
it.
that?
It's a choice. We just felt that he's the one for Magellan.
Right.
You feel that while doing, if you're casting, and everybody's like anonymous about it. We're on the same wavelength, so to speak, on the issue, on the matter, on the way. Because it's also Mexico is so much into that as well, colonization with Cortez and all those things. So we're so connected in terms of in the galleon trade. Acapulco, Manila,
Right.
Madrid. So it's so connected. The history is of our peoples, the Malay Filipinos and the indigenous of Mexico before. So we're so connected. So there is that connection already,
Right.
even before we talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this movie almost took your life away, basically.
Yeah, well, it's part of it. Yeah.
What did you learn from it? From
It's
this
still
whole
the same.
experience?
Life is short, and you do the right thing, and again, it's all about faith. Doing things.
Right.
Yeah.
I suppose when you're confronted with that kind of situation, you also talk about legacy. What's the legacy that you want to leave behind?
Well, I'm just a medium again. It's just my cinema is just part of our cultural work for our people, educating our people about the past. Most of my works are like that. I anchor my work on certain epochs of the history of the Philippines. So yeah, education. That's the key.
Speaking of education, you're known as, the slow cinema.
It's a label.
With the slow cinema.
It's cinema.
But
It's a label.
But they're saying that this is the shortest you've done, and
yeah.
now you have a fuller
Yeah,
version.
my view is that there's no long or short film. They're all the same. It's cinema. Yeah.
And this is now the official entry of the Philippines to the upcoming
Hopefully
Oscar
it can
Awards.
move forward.
What are your thoughts on that?
It's okay. Hopefully it will work.
Expectations, prayers.
Because it's the
no?
first, we never had a Filipino film going, even first base, being shortlisted. So hopefully it can work. At the end of the day, it's all about them deciding on the merits of the work.
Right. And what do you think are the merits of your work?
It's more of a work that does more on the human condition. So for me, that's more important than any other thing. It's not just entertainment, but it's
It is, and it's thought-provoking.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think all cinema is that way. It's how you receive cinema, how you experience cinema.
How do you want people to receive this particular film?
Yeah, they embrace it as part of their education as well, understanding the past, examining the past. Because that's the vision of Magellan. We should go back, specifically for Malay people in the region. We should go back to that period, why we are this way now.
Yes, please watch Magellan and support our Filipino film that's going to be in the foreign film category in the Oscars.
I don't think it will be released until January next year, but please do watch for it because this makes you think about our Philippines, our people, our culture.